of Rheds Indulgence. We make amazing cakes and we are based in Lagos.
What service do you provide?
Okay, so we specialize in making wedding cakes, not just beautifully crafted wedding cakes, but delicious cakes.
How long have you been doing this?
Yeah, for roughly 6 years.
Wow.
Okay, so I remember I was attending a friend's wedding. So our wedding was, I think on Saturday. We had delivered the wedding cake on Thursday. So I had already traveled out from the airport. I had already gone to another state, waiting for my staff to show me the wedding cake that I collapsed.
Wow.
So, and I mean, we're just starting the business, so we hadn't trained staff to be able to remedy a situation. So I had to come back from my friend's wedding. I didn't even attend. I had to come back because I mean I was already there, I was already gone. So I had to come back, come and fix the cake. So I mean that's one lesson that I learned in business, that structure is so important.
Hello, it's Dami again, and this is another episode of Meet the Vendors. And today I'm going to be talking to Rheds Indulgence. She's going to be indulging us, so yeah, come with me. Let's get inside. Hello! Hi! Oh my god! First of all, how is business?
Business is fine.
Okay, so like I told you earlier that I'm going to be indulging you what Rheds Indulgence now, and yeah, come meet you.
Okay. Hi, my name is Rheds, and I'm the CEO and head baker of Rheds Indulgence. We make amazing cakes and we are based in Lagos.
What service do you provide?
Okay, so we specialize in making wedding cakes, not just beautifully crafted wedding cakes, but delicious cakes. We have a variety of flavors and fillings that you can choose from. We'll also give you your theme color, whatever it is, even red. Please don't allow your wedding cake to be red, but you make it in any color and theme that you like. And it's not just finely crafted, but delicious cakes as well.
Wow. You know what? I can testify to that delicious, because trust me, I've had our cakes so many times and it is really, really delicious. Okay, so how long have you been doing this?
Yeah, I'll say roughly 6 years.
Wow. That's a long time. So in these 6 years, I'm sure you have a memorable experience.
Okay, yes, definitely.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I remember I was attending a friend's wedding. So our wedding was, I think on a Saturday. We had delivered the wedding cake on Thursday. So I had already traveled out from the airport. I had already got to another state, only for my staff to show me a wedding cake that had collapsed.
Wow.
So, and I mean, we're just starting the business, so we hadn't trained staff to be able to remedy a situation. So I had to come back from my friend's wedding. I didn't even attend. I had to come back to fix it because I mean I was already in the airport. I'd already gone to Abuja. I had to come back to come and fix the cake. So I mean that's one lesson that I learned in business, that structure is so important. I mean if I trained somebody that could fill in, I don't think I would have needed to come back to Lagos.
Sure.
So, yes.
So I'm going to ask, were you able to meet up?
Yes, luckily for us.
Wow.
So what happens is that we typically deliver the cakes very early.
Okay.
Because the fondant cake, the temperature of the wedding venue doesn't really matter. So if it's an ice cream cake, for example, it has to be a very cool place or freezer. But this is the fondant cake, so we had this set up. So I think while they were decorating or something, somebody hit the cake.
It was at the venue.
It was at the venue.
Oh my God.
Yes. So they hit the cake or something, but we don't. Nobody owned up to it.
Of course.
We don't found a collapsed cake. Luckily for me, I think somebody will wait there at least, so when everything is done.
Okay.
So at least once the bride sees her cake, we are sort of off the hook.
Or maybe if there's a planner, in that case, you deliver to the planner and say,
yes, exactly.
I'm done here.
Yes. So that means there was a learning curve, learning point. So timing of delivery of the cake, there should be no obstruction going around people moving around, tilting, carrying the wedding cake table, all those things. So of course now we know better.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and one good thing in business is you learn every day.
Yes.
That's one good thing. Okay, so let's organize it a bit. Either this or that. So if you're not doing cake, what would you have done, or what would you be doing?
I think I'll be a financial advisor.
Oh wow!
Yes. So I have an accounting degree. I'm a certified accountant.
Oh wow!
But I like to do my thing myself, and I love food. I love good cakes. I love sweet things. So that's why I delve into business.
Oh, that's nice. So I mean, you can confidently say it's profitable.
Yes, it is.
So if you want to be a baker, you can hear from Rheds Indulgence. It's very big money. There's money. There's big money. Just come. And come and learn. You want to learn also.
Yes.
She's available to train you.
Yes.
Okay, so there is no business that does not have their challenges.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you are saying, I am saying.
Shaggy.
So what level of shaggy? Is it the premium shaggy or soft shaggy?
Premium Pro Max.
Wow! I know that there's money, so what's the shaggy again?
Okay.
But so tell me, what are the challenges you've experienced on the job?
So I'll just give it step by step. When I started, challenges of staffing. So I don't know whether it's a thing in Nigeria that typically people are entitled. So they feel like they owe you something because they are working for them. But when I bring in staff, I bring in people that don't have any knowledge at all. So I train from
the scratch.
From scratch.
Okay.
Yes. But even me that I'm training you and giving you knowledge, I'm not acting like, oh, you have to die here. But they act like they're doing me a favor, even though they learn from me. So I had that challenge first of all. Then them staying. So once they learn, they now leave. Right? Once they feel like they've learned something, they now leave. So I don't think it's maybe like a culture that we have. Maybe I stand to be corrected that people don't stay long in a particular place. So or they feel like they want to just make quick money. So they are seeing how much inflow is coming into the business. But you don't know that because that costs expenses. You're not seeing the expenses, you are seeing
the bulk money that is coming to their account. Someone is ordering a cake of 150k. Wow! That's so much money.
But you don't know that there are also expenses overhead that I'm dealing with. So they just feel like that and they just leave and they feel like they can start their business. So actually staffing, but I mean, in my present where we are in Nigeria, oh my god. Presently now we are seeing premium shaking because we cannot access cash. Most of our vendors are cash-based vendors. If you want to buy eggs, for example, you want to buy like they collect cash. We have people that will collect, transactions via the internet from us, but those are the people that they worked with us before, and there's like a level of trust. But even that means too is like it's crashing. So there is like a challenge and a wall everywhere you turn. This particular moment, I'm just hoping and praying that it eases off right now. Then prices of goods are constantly increasing. I follow some of my counterparts abroad. Some of them say there's also an increase globally because of some of the present circumstances. But like the one in Nigeria is more than every prices of goods. So prices of goods. And I know that once it goes up, it hardly comes down.
Not that it never comes down. It never comes down.
So,
in fact, so
majorly staffing, prices of goods running this. I think, but I think maybe I've been able to stay afloat because of some financial knowledge that I have.
Good, because you have so for someone who does not have a financial background, that's wahala. It's wahala. Because if you as someone who has a financial background is having this kind of issue, like you can imagine somebody with no financial background. Wow. Okay, so one thing that we've had, have you ever worked with an indecisive bride before?
I hope my friends are not.
See, it's okay to be indecisive when it comes to wedding.
Well, actually,
I'm in the system, and you have somebody say, "Oh, this is what I want," and then they see something. "Oh, I don't want that. I don't just no, scratch it. I don't want that one again. This is what I want. So, I mean, it is. The only constant thing is change.
Yes.
So it's okay for them to say, oh, I want this today. But tomorrow, I say, no, I don't think I want that design again. No, I don't think I want that color. So how do you handle? Or maybe we should not be indecisive. Is indecisive? Because sometimes they'll say, I want this tomorrow. I don't want this. So how do you handle? And what advice do you give to a bride when it comes to choosing their wedding cakes?
Okay. So I'll say yes. They want this. Then I think one thing that really makes them even more indecisive is when the amount you had in mind cannot commensurate with what you brought forth. Yes. So that's really where the challenge typically is all the time. You always feel like, is it not cake? My cousin has I have a cousin that can bake. Then you go through that. But what saves us is, I think that either my personality, because I deal with most of my friends, either my personality, there is a level of extra patience you need to deal with them. Understanding that this is their big day, they just want the best.
Yes.
They just want the best and they want the most affordable option for them. So what I do is I'll ask you first, what is your budget? How long can you how much can you stretch? These are the options that will fit into your budget. This design, and I explain as much as, okay, this design we cannot do it at 200k because it's going to take us 5 days. That means some cakes I would not have taken, we have to lose that money because we are focusing on your cake. So I try to explain to them, and I feel like if you explain to a reasonable person, they would understand. Yes, so I think it's just the patience giving them. Then also there's also like a contract. Let me not use the word contract. Yes, but you have to sign. They have to.
But that contract thing is very, very important.
Yes.
It's very important, especially in this part of the world. Contract is very, very important because you will see a client come to you and say, "This is what I want," and then they come and say, "No, you did not deliver," or "No, I don't want this one again." But if there's a contract binding you, you know that if you want this is what you're adding to it. So I think contract is actually very, very advisable. Okay, so have you had a difficult bride?
Difficult. Okay.
Yeah, one thing is to be indecisive.
Yes.
Another thing is to be a difficult bride.
So I've not experienced a difficult bride, but I've experienced a difficult event planner.
No, they'll shake back at you. Okay,
so we had explained everything. Really, I don't want maybe the word to use this. So our disadvantage was that we only spoke to the event planner. Obviously, having faith that the bride has given them all the details that they need and they are communicating as well to the bride.
Okay.
So that's how we felt the situation was going. I explained everything to her. But one thing I noticed that she always wanted to call. She don't want to chat. But I would always have either an email record or a WhatsApp chat of every of our conversation. So that I can go back in case there's any problem.
That's nice.
So she had already said she wants this one. I said, okay, the price is not enough. Can you talk to the customer? This is what you can get. This and this. And we had agreed. And she said that, okay, this is what the customer can afford. And I gave her a list of everything that she now said that, okay, we can adjust it based on what their budget can suit.
Okay.
So I gave her a list of all the adjustments that would happen on the cake. That this is not what you are going to get. And I listed all the adjustments for her. Only for us to deliver and she said, yes, okay, no problem. We now got to the event venue and she started shouting and saying, this is not what I sent you a picture. I sent you a picture. I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to accept this. And as well, I just opened my phone. The bride's relatives also were there, and everybody could read that this is what we agreed, and you as the event planner agreed. So what she was arguing about it and trying to save herself, but she sent a picture. You sent a picture, but the details they could see it there. So we spent like 1 hour, and it was as if they were going to detain myself and my staff, and they were going to beat up. So it was, so at the end of the day, the bride,
did they pay in full?
They paid in full.
Okay.
They paid in full.
Okay, so before we go, what advice do you have to someone who wants to become a baker?
Do I have one word? There may be like 2 words. First of all, I'll start with, don't get into anything without having enough or good enough knowledge about it. So you don't want to get into this field. It's kind of a saturated field. You don't want to get into this field and not know anything about it. Try to get as much knowledge as you can. Try not to get just strictly baking knowledge. Try to expand. Learn about staffing, learn about accounting. You are starting a full business, not just baking. So try to learn about it. And most importantly, if you are here just because of the money, you might not last in the business, because it takes a lot. So as much as you want to make a lot of money, make sure that you have, even if it is little as 30% passion for it, please make sure you have it.
So you heard what she has said, that you need to know about staffing, you need to know about accounting, you need to know a bit of everything. And also, passion is very, very important. It is absolutely important. Okay, so following our social media at
Rheds Indulgence
on Instagram,
yes.
And Facebook,
yes,
Rheds Indulgence,
Twitter,
and on Twitter, Rheds Indulgence. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing time talking to Rheds Indulgence. Unfortunately, I did not eat cake today, and it paid me because Nigeria, they showed us premium sugar, but it's okay. I'm still coming back to eat the cake, and when I eat the cake, I'm going to come and tell you. Don't worry. Thank you very much. My name is still Damilola, and I'm the creative director at 2017 Events. Bye.